here we go. Big news here at BackChat. The first currently listed Docker is in the house. And would we start anywhere else? Could we get a midfielder? Ugh. Sure. Could we get a forward line player? Look, we've got some questions asked this man about that. No, we wouldn't do that. We get a backman in. Griffin Logue's in the house. G'day, Griff.
G'day, fellas. Thanks for having me.
No worries, mate. Now, I know it's a very long way along, across the Swan River. No one lives up north. Does anyone live north of the river?
There's a couple. Travi Coley is one. Lives in Liddell, just around the road here.
Does he?
Yeah, great little spot.
Might have to have a chat to Trav.
Good man as well, Trav.
Is he well liked, given he's north of the river? Because you're either north or south here.
He's isolated, to say the least. But he is very well liked, but a bit isolated.
Now, I've slipped in a couple of questions there before we do things. Now, I don't usually do that. The first question we always ask our guests. Now, we know you're a high draft pick. We know you've played some games for Freo. We know you're playing a very good role this season for the Fremantle Dockers. But here to tell you, we don't really care. Okay? Well, we do care. We love you.
Sort of don't.
Flagmantle.
Yep.
But what's your greatest ever sporting achievement not on the football field? We don't want to hear about your footballing exploits. We want to hear what you can do with a bat, with a ball, with an oar, with a
racket,
skateboard. I don't know. You can go as wide or as weird as you like.
A sword. What's that? Fencing.
No, I'm not quite the fencer, but you mentioned one of them with the oar. I was a pretty handy rower back in the day.
Were you?
Old man was the coach, so it makes it a bit easier. But I didn't have a choice.
You just got a game.
Got a game, yeah. Got a gig through the coach, but enjoyed it. Yeah, really enjoyed rowing through school. Can also, I can drop in on any half pipe you show me via a skateboard. But Dad built a little quarter half pipe in the backyard when we were growing up, so I'd have a crack on anything that's maybe my height, maybe a bit bigger than that, but any bigger I'd probably.
All right, Tony, I'll settle down.
What a cool dad!
Cheers.
Cool dad.
I mean, Dan's achievement took 5 for 16 in the under 12s for Chewett Hill Cricket Club grand final on a hat trick. Couldn't quite get it done. Do you have an achievement? Okay, you're good at rowing. Okay, like whoop-de-doo. Did you win the head of the river?
Second by a whisker. By a whisker. Jeez, not many achievements, to be honest. I didn't.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
No good with the bat and ball. I was terrible with the bat and ball. It's good enough for basketball.
Flags back in the day. I don't know. Knocked back 40 on the basketball. You've got something. I was the under 9 state athletic hurdles champion. Under 9.
You were not.
I fucking was. Daniel Venables was as well, and he ran about half a second quicker than me 10 years later.
Yeah, right. Man, I'm trying to think now. I won the Alco Cup for Guildford off my own boot, but that's about it.
There you go.
That's not a very big one. That's too.
What's the Alco Cup? I feel like Dan and I participate that most weeks here at BackChat.
No, it's the PSA schools kind of cup. So Guildford's first time we won it in 57 years.
I'll give him the half pipe drop in.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. No, that's an achievement.
You don't sound impressed with that.
I'm impressed.
I'm
too scared to drop in. I can't do it.
Thank you to our supporters and our sponsors, Shelter Brewing Co. Got to apologise. Griff's a couple of days out from a game right now, so we've got him on the waters. Sorry, mate.
Oh, good, mate.
Whippersnapper Distillery.
He doesn't
Can't have one of those. Can't have one of them either.
Enjoy yourselves, mate.
Margaret River Roasting Co. Could have got you a coffee.
Coffee would have been nice, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Blue Bet. You did actually comment on the coffee machine.
Yeah, a couple of times kept bringing up coffee.
Sit down over here, mate. Yeah. Blue Bet. They look after us as well. And Leadable Cameras.
Yeah.
All of our gear, all of your stuff. You can actually get some good binoculars down there, Griff. You a binocular fan, mate?
Oh, can't say
bit of bird watching?
Yeah, it's good view from Leighton Beach, actually. Could have got the sets rolling in, but...
You surf?
Yeah. Well enough, yeah. I'd have a crack.
Have you got in a barrel?
Yeah, plenty.
Spend a bit of time in the green room, mate.
Yeah, I've been in. I've been in.
Kelly Slater, Tony Hawk.
Shout out Jesse Hogan here. He watched me get my first ever double barrel. So
double barrel.
Mate, I'm not kidding. I don't believe it happened either. But at Burley Heads Hub, there's me feet actually.
Yeah, there you go. I knew you'd get it.
Swear to God, just pulled into this one thing. This old bloke just let me go. With Burley Heads up in the hub, what was that, 2.5 years ago, 3 years?
Yeah, the one where we weren't allowed to do anything other than get double barrels down.
Yeah. Plain and simple, I've just seen this thing kind of steam over. It wasn't very big, like I've tucked into it. I'm tall enough now, but ducked right into it, kind of got through, popped through again, got through again, looked around, see who was watching. Hogs didn't even see it, but I swear it happened. I ran up to the beach with just this stoke on my face, just running up to Hogs going, "Did you see it, mate? Did you see it? Did anyone see it?
And did he?
He didn't see it. He goes, I believe you, but I believe you from the smile on your face, but sorry, mate, I didn't see it.
All right, there you go, the double
There it
barrel.
is, double barrel.
That's
Claim
yours.
it.
We've locked it in.
Absolute claim.
All right, so you are a local boy. You're from Kalamunda, Guildford Grammar.
Yep.
Happy to stay in your home state?
Loved it, yeah.
Could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, I'd prepared to be to heading off prior to the draft. Obviously, they tell you whatever, and had a few meetings around the traps. But ended up here, and Gidgee Gannup actually is where I grew up. But Kalamunda Juniors every now and then. But Gidgee Gannup, that's
Did you play footy for Gidgee Gannup Footy Club?
Parkerville Darlington was our kind of closest one.
What were they? The Parkerville Darlington
Warriors.
The Warriors.
The Warriors, yeah.
Golden State. Shout out.
Yeah.
Hey?
Dub Nation.
So, okay, you do have some sporting blood in your lines, right? So it makes sense a little bit watching you play off the back of this. Andrew Vlahov, uncle.
Pretty handy on the court. Basketball court. Could play, yep. Big 6'7". He would have been 140 kilos in his prime, I reckon, as well. Big boy. big Croatian blood, just, hustle and, good defender as well.
So does that mean you've got Croatian in you?
Quarter Croatian, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So mum's dad was full Croatian, mum's full Latvian, and dad's from Australia.
Yeah, so your grandparents, Len and Eva.
Yep.
Eva, Latvian, Australian.
Yep.
Australian, Latvian, whichever way you want to go there. Both track and field athletes.
Correct.
Len competed in discus, Eva in the long jump. Both competed at the 1962 Commonwealth Games.
Yep.
Did they meet in the village? That is the first thing that jumped off the page to me.
No, they met. They're both teachers as well. Both, they met somewhere through that, I believe.
How good's that? Going with your missus to the Com
Phenomenal,
Games as competing.
Looking back, it's bizarre when I look back at it. But
have you spoken to them about it? Like the experience?
I never actually got to meet the granddad, but Orma, I call her now Orma, so the Latvian name for grandma, but
right.
She's still around and kicking on very strong. I think ticked over 80 a couple of years ago, but she loved her. I loved the time there. I remember doing a school project on her when I was maybe year 5 or something, so I got the full detail, the full rundown and everything. Still fascinated by it. It's a good story.
Yeah, it is bloody good. I haven't written this down. Your grandpa was national champion in the discus a couple of times.
Yeah.
So
fair, yeah.
Sport. The Logues can sport.
Good pedigree to come from. I think that was the Vlahov side. So the Logue side, don't know. Dad was a role, but that's probably about it. I think Granddad's claim to fame, Orpa is what you call him with the Latvian side, but whatever. But his claim to fame was he was the only clean athlete as well back in the days. So he fought off all the blokes on the roids, but he was a monster. Like kind of looks a lot like Pav actually, same size, same that kind of build, but big.
You could see Pav throwing a discus around. I reckon
he would be able to
tell him throw it over there. He would.
Were you ever good at discus? You look like a discus thrower.
Oh no, I didn't really dabble too much in
spin. Give it a big wind.
I can do all the technique actually. The only man that knew the technique as well through footy was Stephen Hill. Stephen Hill would be your best decathlete in. He could seriously do that. That would be his claim to fame. Yeah. Hurdles as well. He touched on the hurdles before, but you should see him.
I reckon I'd teach him a thing or two about
it. An AFL decathlon would be good.
AFL decathlon? Yeah. Like with AFL athletes? Or some sort of...
Rounding up each club supplies one person and it's like a national decathlon.
Go through the events, or you mean go through like a goal kicking event?
Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking more of the handball event.
Mono and mono job from
the spoil.
Now we're talking. That's a real one.
Oh, I will start. I did see. It hasn't been quite released. I won't. Yeah. You are featured in upcoming.
I reckon I know the one you're talking about.
Upcoming video on Backman that is very, very funny. I might add. That's coming up. Now, let's go back. So, come through school, Guildford Grammar, coming towards the draft. Spoiler, you end up being a top 10 draft pick, but you're probably not slated as a top 10 draft pick coming into it.
No.
You go to the draft camp, though, and you completely blow it up.
Blew it up. That's probably one of my claim to fame.
What happened?
Only reason I probably went top 10, to be honest.
So you won the beat test,
the combine,
15-1. Top 10 for repeat sprints, 4th in the standing vertical jump, which I find hilarious that we test for that. I don't know what that does. Standing still, jump as high as you can. You won the running vertical jump off your right foot. don't know about the left. And then you came fifth in the 3K time trial. You completely blew it up.
Yeah, I had a crack. It was what I kind of built my career on so far, athletic ability. But mate, I'll happily take the claim. But yeah, as you said, it was footy wasn't really on the cards for me through high school. It was kind of I finished my rowing after the first term at school, and then I wanted to kind of continue with that post school and finish studying at school, and then get into that, and then had a good year of footy at school, and then the combine came along, as you said, I blew it up and loved it, and then it kind of clicked from there.
Do you think it might have been the bright yellow singlet and your hair that blew it up? I saw a photo.
Mate, it's a funny kit. Like, what do you get dressed? It's the full tights, like...
You look outrageous.
The big hair. I look like an idiot. and I reckon they would have seen me going, look at this curly-haired jalopy just going like, what's he doing? At least, look at him, he's having a crack though. Yeah. Good on him.
Looks fast.
Let's go talk to him.
He looks like he's trying. Is that what happened? Yeah. So clubs, I'm assuming there was local interest, West Coast and Freo, but then you sort of go and have a big draft camp, and then the interviews start coming, and is that how that process works? Or
yeah, from memory, you get contacted a little bit throughout the year, and then to get invited to the camp, I don't know what it is now, but you have to have interest from 6 clubs or some, I don't know, they tick off whatever. But throughout that, like you go and have an event like a beep test, whatever, and then you'll have the like a meeting teed up post and in between the days and stuff. And I'm pretty sure one of them, I declared I was going to get under 10 minutes for the 3K the day before with one of the teams. I said, "What do you reckon you'll get?" And I'm like, "I'll get under 10."
Who?
I can't remember the club, but they just said, "Oh, you reckon?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I reckon I'll get under 10," and then just scraped in because
9:58.
Yeah, I remember the time. I remember looking up the clock, going, "Geez, I've told these blokes I'm getting under 10." I thought,
keep running.
I better get going.
Keep running. Just pointing at the crowd.
That's what it was, but.
Lap of honour.
A long time. Feels like a long time ago now. But
well, think about how I feel. I was 10 years before you, mate. I'm an old bastard.
Fossil, mate. You're a fossil.
Who were the other top picks in that draft? The other names.
Oh yeah, Andy McGrath, Tim Taranto, Tim English was up there.
Do you remember them in the combine and seeing them as like, were they dominating things as well, or did you sort of just excel at a lot of the different ones? Because I mean, going from not really in a top 10 zone to getting picked in the top 10, you must have done something crazy. I don't know. That just seems like it.
He won every fucking category. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think because I didn't really start footy career, like take it seriously. Everyone had kind of done that 16s to the academy. And what is it? The Institute of Sport Academy. I think is it National NAB Academy, whatever it is. But they still do it now. But I never really got involved in that. So there's a few kind of boys that were sitting that out. A few of them actually sat out the combine because they just played a game, or I don't know, all the big names I remember like kind of look past, like they're all sitting in their jackets and stuff, and weren't really getting involved. And I guess it was a good experience for me at the time, and loved it.
Can you give Griff a tiny bit of height on his mic if possible?
Yeah,
I reckon he's just a big. Look at him, he's a big unit. I don't want him rolling into the game on the weekend, and we won't say when we've recorded this, but I don't want him rolling in with a hunched over back. No. A couple of
you'll know when you see how I pull up. So cheers for that.
So you get drafted though. You go pick 8. You go to Fremantle. You get to stay in your home state. 2-team state. This one. Did you go for Eagles or the Dockers growing up?
St Kilda, actually.
Oh boy!
For some reason, I couldn't tell you why. The main reason was Nick Riewoldt.
Yes, it was.
And the other man was Sammy Gilbert. Just loved him. Absolutely. Still my favourite player.
He's a ripping bloke, Sammy.
Ripper, yeah.
Yep.
I met him once. Another one of claim was followed him on Instagram my second year and went, "This is the time." Like, followed me back. Went, "Oh, how good is this?" Like, this Sammy Gilbert. Like, used to had like the number 19 St Kilda top. Had everything, like loved it. The only reason I love my dad's uncle converted me. He's like was a Saints nuffy, but just always loved the Saints, and painful times through the premierships with the replay and the Geelong grand final as well. But looking back now, I can't believe I love the coach as much. But
okay, so there's 2 connections to the St Kilda Football Club. So your first coach, of course, was Ross Lyon.
Yep.
But we'll come back to Ross because I want to speak about that man, Nick Riewoldt.
Yes.
In the Fremantle player profile on the website, here's some things from Griffin Logue. AFL club supporter as a kid, St Kilda. Probably should have read this before I asked if you went for Dockers or Eagles. All-time favourite player, Nick Riewoldt. The player from another club you'd like most to watch? Nick Riewoldt. Favourite sporting hero? Nick Riewoldt. What happened when you first played Nick Riewoldt? Can you remember? There was an incident.
Yeah, I do remember.
And do you think you should always meet your heroes?
No, you should never meet your idols, ever. That is like...
What happened?
Don't even have heroes.
What happened?
Oh, it was a close game. Like this is my 5th or 6th AFL game ever. Close game. We're at Subiaco. Someone has given away a free kick. It wasn't even me. So I've just gone to pick up the ball. Nick Riewoldt's put his arms out, going like, righty, young fella, chuck it right here. So I've gone,
and did you think it's Nick Riewoldt?
Eyes lit up. Said, Saint Nick, take it, Nick. Kick the goal. I don't care. Go for it. Not a free kick on me. It's not my goal. Go for it. Take it. Gone to throw it to him, and he's just put their hands out, looked past it, watched it fly down to the ground, and he's looked straight at the umpire. Would have been Dalgish at the time, I reckon, and just look at him going 50 metres. Should have gone to Tim Membry, like, and I'm just going, you are kidding. Like, it's put him in front with like 3 minutes to go, and it's literally lost the game for the team. And I'm just going, just after the game, Ross like went through the team, went through the thing. He used to go through the team and stuff, go through the players and whatnot. But he just went, Griff, you got outplayed, son. I was sitting there going, you are kidding me. Like, I remember it blew up a bit because the same thing. They brought up the pocket profile. I'm just like, oh, what an absolute mare. Shame on you. I literally never spoken to him before that, prior to it, after it, nothing.
I just think it's the perfect,
so let down.
It's the perfect storm. He's grown up loving the St Kilda Football Club, his hero, his idol. And this is the moment you first meet Nick. I assume you played on him a bit that game.
Played him a bit that game. Copped an elbow to the back of the head, like first bounce, I reckon. Went and roughed up. We were going after something, I can't remember, but going and like roughed up. I was like, oh, Nick. That's all right, Nick. All good, mate. All good. But anyway, yeah.
Probably didn't mean it. It's fine.
Yeah. Ruthless industry, as you know, mate.
Is there a pressure with being a high draft pick? Did you feel like a top 10 draft pick? Do you feel any extra pressure, either externally, internally?
I think so. Yeah, I think just deep down, always want to kind of provide the service that you imagine a top 10 draft pick would give. And there's been plenty along the years that have delivered and haven't delivered. And I think deep down, I still always wish that, like, my first couple of years were pretty slow and missed a few through injury and stuff, and always felt like I was indebted. And you get a bit like worried that you're not going to kind of live up to it. But I guess at the same time, you come in and everyone's the same. Like, we're all get to play at the same time, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, there's a little bit of pressure, to be honest, leading into it. But now I couldn't really.
I was going to say, does anyone ever sat you down and said that, like, literally as soon as you get to the football club, like, I'm an absolute pleb, right? 49 blokes taken before me, but I couldn't get, like, no one cares in the football club. Any sort of pressure is external, sure.
Yeah,
but maybe on yourself though. Like,
I think on myself, I did kind of, because I was like, oh, geez, I got to deliver here. Like, up until a couple months ago before the combine, I wasn't even anything. But it's all external. As you said, inside a club, Ross used to say, birth certificates are out the window, like everything's the same. So just every man for himself kind of thing. But we're all a team and look after each other, whatnot. But
I have heard that one from Ross Lyon before. I did wonder if he ever got people to bring birth certificates in and just chuck them out the window. I feel like that'd be something Ross Lyon would be doing, metaphorically, but literally.
I reckon he actually would, to be honest, if he needed to. But
what was he like as a coach?
Different. Yeah, had his favourites and whatnot. Can't say I was one of them, but wasn't too far out of it. But
we've heard that from. So we had Hayden Ballantyne on the pod, Michael Barlow on the pod, Shawnee McManus even. But not that he's played under Ross, but the reflections I get, he had his favourites and he had the rest.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. I mean, you kind of get pigeonholed when you come in and he kind of sits here where he wants to, in a way. But he was pretty ruthless, and looking back on it, it's pretty. And I guess every time I saw like a spray or like something, I was like, have a go at that. All the boys would reassure me, say, mate, that's nothing. You should have seen what it used to be like. And it's like, it kind of went down like that. So we kind of went down that road of more of the, modern day kind of coach. And it was awesome coach, such a incredible football mind, and learnt so much. But I can't say I enjoyed the most, all of it. A lot of it's tough.
Did you cop some sprays?
Yeah, plenty. I was always.
Griff reminds me of me a tiny bit. Not certainly a better player than I ever was, but I just reckon you're front and centre for a couple of sprays, perhaps. Is there any?
Yeah. Trying to think the top of my head. Not really. I think it was just like the constant kind of just roll the eyes. Like just was never
At you personally.
Just never felt good enough. Like under him, to be honest. And it was always good because he always would give me the time of the day and tell me what I need to work on. It was just, I guess you'd prefer that than not being spoken to at all.
Yes.
To a point, but didn't enjoy like all of it. But there's also plenty of times that I did enjoy under him. But sprays, like actual brutal ones. Maybe the first time I got dropped was probably the biggest one where I just went like, "Oh, you're kidding!" Like, rough. That's taking it out of me a bit. But I played 4 games. My third game I actually played forward. Did all right. Was like really happy with it. Following game we played the Eagles. Was forward for a quarter to sit on McGovern. Would have taken 2 early marks, and he's like, "Nah, that's it." After quarter time. You're going back to fullback. You're going on Kennedy. I'm teaching you a lesson.
Oh no.
It's rough a lesson.
What, mate?
What is this, 2017?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, 2017. So I'm 18, playing on JK at the time. Like, you boys were flying at the stage. I think we were getting pumped. Derby was like 60 points.
Just what you want.
Kennedy's ended up kicking 6 or whatever. All on me. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Like, playing on one of the best forwards of all time ever. Like, no worries. But I guess after the game, didn't really get sprayed after the game. I think it was like a little review where he's kind of going through the game. Everyone's in the rooms and kind of untying my shoelaces like real flat and just waited for me to stop. Stop the speech. I'm still untying my shoelaces, waited for me to stop. And I've gone like, why does he stop? Look up and he's staring at me and go, "You'd want to be listening, mate."
That gives me shivers down my spot.
It was like real singled out, but I was like, oh, here we go. And then
the silence before it as well. Like, and you're busy doing something like, please don't be about me.
Don't be about me. But it's like, but guess after that, like, I come in and get dropped for the first time, and it's just like, I'm back to the twos, blah, 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 work on this. And it's like, at the time you're 18 or not, would have been 18, you're thinking about, like, this is the end of the world. But looking back, like, I can laugh at it now and all the experiences. But I guess at the time it's pretty full on getting cut.
Who gave it better, Ross Lyon or Cam Shepherd?
Oh, Shep, geez, now he is just an all-time, isn't he? He is one of the best blokes going around.
We have this in common.
Love Shep.
Played under Shep at Peel Thunder, so Cam Shepherd was the Peel Thunder coach.
Yep.
Finished up at the end of last year. You played under him a bit.
Yeah, played under him a bit. Yeah, loved him. Actually, won a famous waffle premiership under him, so it was always good. He could dish it out, couldn't he? He was so funny. I absolutely loved him. He was one of the coaches I got along with, just loved, like, let me do whatever I wanted, or not in anything like that.
In the game sense,
yeah. We're just really, really, like, top fella.
And a positive coach as well.
Positive to a point. And then, if there's a few blokes he doesn't like Ruckman, that's for sure. But
I remember even him some real sprays, like, and this is at 3/4 time whenever, like, the crowd all gets around and has a look at the huddle. I was like interning at Curtin had like a Docker TV thing, and that was a season when you played in Peel a fair bit. And
did you ever interview Griff?
Probably. I reckon I would have at some point if you had a good game.
Obviously, memorable.
I remember getting interviewed by you. Don't you remember?
But this is in public where, like, the crowd is just standing around, and here you're like, he would dish it out.
I couldn't care. Yeah, I think the funniest one I reckon was he said one to Scotty Jones, who was at Freo
East Perth.
East Perth. Yep. Yeah, we came in at half time.
There's a Ruckman.
Hates Ruckman. Like,
and he's a big, Scotty Jones is a big Ruckman. Big boy.
Fella. And Scotty was like getting the boys up and about, like going like, come on boys, we still got this. Like we got plenty more to give. Like, let's go. And Shep's coming. He's heard him going around. He's like, Scott, I hear you trying to razz the boys up. It's half time. You've had 2 touches. He's like looking around. He's like, I'm trying to cheat the boys. He didn't like Ruckman Shep, but great coach to play under. Absolutely loved him. You'd be the same.
Yeah, like he was. I spent only half a year under him, but really good coach. Not the whole favourites and not favourites, but I really connected with him. He showed me a lot of respect. Again, not that I was a superstar coming back, but had a lot of experience coming back and wanted to help me lead. And yeah, before I hurt my back, I was really started really enjoying my footy down. I definitely played one game with you.
Yeah, Scoey to Goey. That was the game. Was that you played? Started calling you Scoey to Goey. Is it played at East Perth and I think it was East Perth.
Oh, that's right.
You were grabbing it out of the ruck, kicking snags from 55. Scoey to Goey.
Got top Sandover votes that day.
Yeah, that was, and so you should have.
10 marks.
I remember
25 touches.
after a game one day, you were chatting for something, and you said, "Mate, I'm with Sandover this year." You were
I was saying that before I played last year. I was telling people to get on me. I will say, all Shep had to do for Peel to have a good year last year was play me in the ruck. Yeah. You don't like ruckman, play a backman in there. You saw it, mate. You can't deny it.
No, I saw it firsthand.
Scully to
It was like an extra midfielder, just a big body making his way through there, kicking snags. It was great.
What was I like as a teammate? Was I a good teammate?
Great teammate.
I actually looked after the Freo boys. That's why I think I feel like I am somewhat connected to Fremantle this year. I've been banging on about Flagmantle, and Charlie's been enjoying that. You enjoying having Griff in studio today, Charlie?
Oh, this is a great chat. I love it.
Yeah, very excited. Very excited. But that's why I feel connected, because I was playing with all those young boys throughout the first half of the year anyway. And under Shep, and I agree with you, cracking bloke.
Can't mention Shep without mentioning Blair Bell, the mayor of Mandurah. You got to love Belly, don't you? I have to.
He's having a big year, Blair Bell, as well.
Huge year, mate.
Put him in the middle. They've put him in. He's playing as a ruck rover.
Notched up 100 league games the other day. Just one of the best blokes you'll ever meet. Big unit.
Some Peel boys are fans of this podcast. Now, in that year, 2017, when you won the flag, you played about 50-50. About 12 or 13 AFL games that year, 12 waffle games, one of them being a grand final. What are your memories of that year? Because some people look at it as a controversial year to some point.
I think it was the last year before they made more of a rule to...
They loaded up.
Because the year before that I got there, that also won with a fair free contingent as well.
So your year, was there... But the guys that played had all played a fair bit of waffle that year, and
I think we'd all played a fair bit of waffle. But there was, looking at the blokes now that were playing, like Luke Ryan, Sean Darcy, Tabs played,
really,
Subin, Daniel Pearce, Ibbotson, to name a few, Josh DeLuca. Everyone was kind of, there was a fair few. Coxie, Tatum, the list goes on. There's actually a fair few looking at it now. And fair few that Tommy Sheridan, Leroy Jetty was there.
Wow.
It was great. It was a great team.
So there's a fair few that are playing with you now.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great time. You're 18 and coming into the thing. You obviously didn't play as many AFL games as you would have liked, and then they said, "Oh well, the season's done." Like Freo didn't make finals, so the season's done. But you guys are going to go and play Peel, which was like at the time it was kind of like, would prefer to be a part of the AFL program, but going through finals and obviously playing under Shep was just great.
Did you
the whole experience?
Did you get together as a group? Because I know how it works with AFL listed players coming back into the waffle and integrating that. It can be difficult at stages because they're on different training programs. Coming into that final series, do you sort of get together as a bit of a group and say, well, we're here now, we're doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to try and win this.
It got to the stage where it was awesome. Peel came up and would train at Coburn a couple days a week, and we went down maybe for a lunch and a couple before the grand final, but other than that, everyone was training together, and we're all we're winning every game, and it was kind of how fun's this?
Yeah,
we had kind of had a 4-week period where through the finals leading into the grand final, it's this is fantastic. I was absolutely loving it. Looking back, it was a seriously good experience, because especially the mates that I was playing with, still some of my closest mates now.
Well, it's just interesting given that 6 or 7 of those guys you just named are all regular Fremantle players right now, and you're playing.
Definitely.
Being Premiership teammates means something, whether it's a waffle or amateurs or it doesn't matter what it is. You must be connected with those boys.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's
in the backline as well. Ryan Cox,
Ryan Cox, Tay Dooman. There's plenty to name a few, but really enjoyed it. And blokes that, obviously the bond's a bit different you'd be able to say for an AFL premiership, which wouldn't know yet. But
I just really don't think it would be that much different. If I'd have won the Peel premiership last year, it would have been just as special. It's just because it's a different level. I don't really subscribe to the fact that it's the top level and the hardest thing to do. That's still the level you're playing at. So you can't. You can't do anything more.
Yeah,
still a flag.
Still claim it. Don't worry.
Absolutely,
that's on the resume.
Premiership medal. You know where it is.
Yeah, somewhere.
Do you have your jumper?
Yeah, never washed it as well. The jumper's somewhere. It's somewhere tucked away in the wash.
Just open the nostrils up, you'll be able to find it. Just smell it. It doesn't mean washed.
It'd be terrible. I actually wouldn't get that dirty, mate.
Well, I was going to say, how did you play?
Oh,
And where did you play? I know your stats, by the way, so answer honestly. Where did you play? What position?
half back, yeah.
Kicked a goal.
Mate, actually, this is the claim.
So you play half back and kicked
the
goal?
last ever goal on Subiaco Oval.
Whoa.
Do the stats. It was the last ever formal Australian rules game played, and I marked it 10 seconds before the siren, kicked it on the siren, goal. So and then Subi got dragged down. Like, that's it. I think they played international rules on it, but there was no formal fixture for a footy game after that.
So the goal that brought down Subiaco
Crumbled.
Right here.
came off the left foot.
Came with the left peg, yeah.
Good kick. How far out were you?
Talk
us through it.
The closing, like we're 10 points up, so it's it's close.
Oh yeah, so you got.
We shouldn't have won as well. Like, it was wet for a little bit. We were behind, and we kind of worked our way back in. Dawes had been injured. Zach Dawson played. He was injured in the first quarter. Like, snapped his ankle, and we're in a bit of strife here. And then worked our way back into it through Shep, like just grinding away. But I kind of trickled in forward. Followed. It was Clancy Wheeler at the time, following him in. Ball got kicked over his head a bit. Just marked it there and went back. No routine. Barely kicked a goal in a waffle, I would have thought, and then slotted it, siren, little dance shimmy at the end, and it was great.
At what time this season? You speak. You were drafted as a backman. Played a lot of time as a backman. At what time this season did you forget that that's what you are, a backman? At what point did you let your soul sort of drift out of you a little bit and start?
I don't think your soul never drifts after.
I hope not.
I don't think it ever could, and I'll never ever claim that I'm a changed man. But I've got it in the arsenal now to go forward. But
has it been fun playing as a forward?
Great, mate. It's knowing that you're not going to wake up the next morning and Buddy Frank's not kicking another six on you. I've been sleeping like a bear lately, so it's been really good. And then first time back, you get to go, wake up, play on Kerno, marvel, 4 goals. You're like, this is good to be back. How good is this? It's a tough life of a backman, but forward's just phenomenal. You get to go in, make a contest. If you make a contest, no one cares. Like, well done.
Correct. I've been banging on about this for 10 years.
Do that in the D50. It's like, as you should, mate. You're a backman. Make a contest and halve it. And if you get marked on, it's a goal against. Like,
correct. Make one mistake in the back line.
Someone marks it on you in forward 50. They've got to get through 18 people before they kick a goal. Someone marks you in D50, it's going straight over your head. It's a goal.
You get out marked as forward, just man the mark, be active on the mark.
Man the mark and chase and you don't even have to be active anymore. You just stand and chase out, envy out when you can. But it's a different life, and I'm happy I found it so far. But I hope they keep me there. So
we spent a bit of time on this podcast dissecting. I think it was your first goal for a little while. You ran in, kicked a great goal, bit of a Joe the Goose out the back.
Yeah.
Went to celebrate with your teammates. I reckon about 2 seconds into the celebrations, you've seen a brawl up on the wing and you ran faster to the brawl than you did to kick the goal.
Yeah, it's funny vision though. They got brought up in like post game with trademark kind of stuff.
Positive?
Yeah, they loved it. That was kind of like, not like I went and did anything. Like, not like you do anything in those scraps. I find them so funny, but always just yell out, "Got to fly the flag! Got to fly the flag!" Whoever I'm kind of getting into, they'll look at me like, "Come on, then, mate," and they get real serious. Look, I'm like laughing, like, "Come on, what are we really going to do? Like, you really want to fight? Let's fight." But we're not going to get 6 weeks, so let's just muck around. I was like, fly the flag," and it's always like kind of fun to do all that. But it's funny vision though. I remember looking at that and just going, "You idiot!" Like,
I think someone's about to give you like a big high 10. You just looked away.
I've dogged Lobby. Rory Lobb's come up and gone like, "Gold." I'm just going off. I've kind of stretched, but it's always good kicking goals. Jeez, it's good fun. You're celebrating kicking a goal it's a bit better than celebrating a spoil. I'll tell you what.
Correct. But I will say I would like to see that come in a little bit. So given that only one of us sitting at this table is playing elite sport still, Dan
Not
still
me.
plays netball on a Thursday night. If you could bring a bit of celebration around spoils back, we would appreciate it.
100%.
I mean, NFL defense do it. Like they
I don't
knock
know
a
if I wanna go down
pass
that
out,
alley
and everyone
of-
gets around them.
They do that on the 3rd down, and then they go for it on the 4th, and there's a touchdown against it. Well, that was worth celebrating, wasn't it, champ? So.
What I was going to ask was, how's your goal kicking been? Because you haven't, when you're a backman, train every week. You spend a lot of time as a backman, one-on-one matchups, ball coming at you, that sort of stuff. You flip over to the forward line, you're going back kicking set shots. Have you put some work into it?
I think that's the one thing, looking at it as watching forwards, like, look at these blokes. Go on, mate. Just kick it through the big and sort it out later. Like,
yes.
Don't really see it as much of a skill, but when you get there and you've got a Joey out the back and you're actually tired and you're like, your legs are tired, you feel it tightening up a bit, you go back into your routine and it just gets like, it's actually pretty tough. I've got nothing but respect for blokes who just nail them consistently. So put a fair bit of work into it now, and you don't want to get too much where you overthink it or anything. It just, it's see how I go if next time I get one, but I feel like I've worked it out now enough.
Do you think if you had a target in the stands, like someone to kick, like you would be more accurate for forwards?
Like an umpire's hat. Sometimes they tell us to aim for the umpire's hat.
Because like if you got a teammate 50 metres away, you'd probably get it pretty close, right?
Well, yeah. Everyone's got their,
Yeah, but like it's just funny that kicking in between the goals.
It sounds like you're telling him
that it should be easy. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying, like, is it like, because it's part of the mental aspect of it, like kicking straight
I've
through
called
goals.
goal kicking 100% luck, 0% skill, because of course you're trying to kick a goal, right?
Yeah.
But you don't kick it every time, do you?
Nah.
So
sometimes it just comes off nicer.
The most skillful players in the league, in the world, can miss goals. So it's got to be luck for mine, to be honest. Don't agree with me. Don't agree with me.
I'll say that a bit of luck comes into it, but geez, you look at the blokes who nail them consistently, and that's not luck. It's it's just hard work and determination.
That's spoken like a forward. You've played on some. Let's talk about your backline stuff this year. You've had some big matchups. Jeremy Cameron, Geelong, in Geelong, that was a really big win for the footy club.
Great game, yeah.
Charlie Curnow, good player, I assume.
Great player, good fella as well.
Who's some other matchups? And I was going to ask, you seem like a little bit of a talker on the field. Do you talk to players while you're playing?
Yeah. I think talk to them rather than like get stuck into them and sit there kind of bashing away. They're always a bit nicer to you, and they like, I don't know.
I think it takes the edge off a bit.
I think it does for me anyway. I mean, I'd always find it harder to kind of run and put an ether or something if they've been talking to me, asking me about my day. So it's small stuff like I'll ask about anything, like if they've recently come to a new club, like, hey, you liking up there, mate? You're really enjoying your time, blah blah blah. But nothing too bad when I'm in their ear the whole time, like.
When you go for dinner tonight, mate?
Yeah, like nothing too bad like that. I just kind of try and get along with them. But there's blokes that like give you nothing. You're just like, fuck you then, mate. Like, fine, I'll put an elbow in your back for every minute of this quarter. Then like some blokes don't say a word.
So you can switch it on. This is really interesting. I haven't played with too many backmen that are like, it just seems like a good bloke thing to do. Just have a chat. So you can have a chat, and if they're chatting, you're like, oh, all good. But if they stonewall you a bit, you have.
If they stonewall you, then I'm happy to kind of just see like, oh, go on then, like, yeah. Let's have a crack. Like if you're gonna be a dickhead, like if you think you're too good for me, then let's go.
This is good. I never heard.
What were you like? You would have.
Oh, I was just a dickhead. I was the dickhead. If you as a forward came up and asked me like how was I enjoying my time at West Coast, I literally would just be like, what, mate? Like, smack it.
Barry Hall.
I was the dickhead.
There's been a few times where it's been shut down pretty quickly, especially like, I reckon it was. I would have been Buddy. I reckon I've gone up and just been like, "What's going on, mate? Like, how are you? Nothing." Like, yeah, good. Cheers, mate. Yeah, good. And, like, looked at his boots and like, "They look comfy." Like, they good. I was like, "The tempo's any good? Like, they're nice." He's like, "Mate, I'm not doing this. If you want to come stand next to me, I'll get you on the big screen, but don't talk to me."
I'll get you on the big screen.
Fair enough. And then like finally, kind of cracked down the wall. I said, "You're not even the best left foot I've ever seen on the field." Brent Guerra is, because he played a bit with Brent Guerra was like the assistant coach, and he looked at me, oh, Gooey. Gave a little bit of a crack on it. I'll leave it at that.
Best friends now.
Quit while I'm ahead.
What about
he put six of me that day anyway.
Adam Simpson sent me to Buddy Franklin one time. I think it might have been actually Woosha, and he was playing for Hawthorn, and he looked me up and down. I was running down him. He looked me up and down and started laughing, and then looked up to the coach's box and pretended to call Woosha. And it was like, Woosha, this is the best you got down here, mate. Might want to come get your little child. So I'm about to kick 10 on him. Hung up the phone. Kicked 8. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, perfect.
So
he should.
I think the same thing happened in my first year. I've gone and stood on Buddy, and he's looked around to Stevie Hill and just gone, Steve,
who's this?
Looked up like, oh, Buddy Frank, like, yeah, how good. Back shoulder, like, yeah.
What about Aaron Naughton? Because did you guys play much together at Peel?
We had a few games together at Peel, yeah. It was when he was a backman still.
Yeah.
I think he nearly played in the grand final, but
Got dropped.
I think
Shep dropped him.
Yeah, Shep dropped him for Coxie. I think it was Coxie had missed a few weeks didn't play the prelim or
Would it have been Dawson?
So he played in the qualifying, but that was it. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Got dropped for the prelim.
yeah, that's what it was.
Was he like he's going to turn into? Have you played on him this year?
No,
Naughton?
not yet.
I mean, we've spoken to a couple of people that have. A couple of people
Don't really want to either.
Nah, he looks like he could be one of the greats. When you were playing with him back then, was he? Did you look at him and
he was good? Yeah, he played. I played under 18s. He was like a bottom major, and he was down in the back line, and he was good, like big, solid, and then just could juke it, run off, read it really well. So yeah, it looks like every year he's going to explode. He just keeps getting better and better, doesn't he?
The Hub 2020
Gold Coast.
Yeah. How was that other than getting double? No, sounds like you did.
Loved it. Double barreled. Never forget. But I loved it. It was kind of like different demographic between us and between us
we're in
and
the same
yourselves.
hotel. Yeah, we were in the same hotel for the first one.
What was it called?
Royal Pines.
Yeah, the Pines. Yeah. So I think we had like maybe 3 or 4 of us of the Freo boys had kids, and then everyone else was kind of like kids. Like we were, like, 21 to 25, playing poker every night. Heaps of FIFA, heaps of it just felt like I was at boarding school kind of thing, and I loved it. I think we didn't play too really good footy, but it was kind of all we could handle at the time, and I loved it. I reckon it was great.
Neither did we. I remember one time we had like it wasn't a Sunday session. Oh, I don't play anymore. It was a Sunday session. Pretty much like we'd played, and it was like, bring some drinks down to the tennis court and just, if we were back home, we'd probably have a few beers back home because we couldn't leave the hotel. The club kind of said, like, get around. Anyway, we weren't going that well. It was meant to be a bit of a circuit breaker, like have beers, get some shit out, footy club. And I reckon I walked past you, Griff, or a couple of Freo boys anyway. I had a slab on my shoulder. These boys are going up to do an ice spin. And I've got like party shirt on, slab on my shoulder. Hey, fellas, how are you? Did you get that perception, perhaps?
I remember
just that day.
Maybe it was just that day, but no, I think from memory, you boys were allowed to be off the leash a fair bit. We were pretty strict still.
Just down the belly, you get barrels.
Pretty much, yeah. I think I hurt my toe in that couple of weeks in, so I was out for the rest of the year after like the 4th or 5th round.
That's right, yeah.
Turf toe. So I was just walking around, just trying to look busy, like get around the boys as much as I could. I was just there to like get the boys up. But
you've had some injuries in your career.
Yeah, terrible, weird ones as well. Not really any terrible ones, not yet, but
like ones, touch wood, yeah. Like what? The turf toe, that's weird.
Second year was a congenital foot disorder where I had a spare bone off the side of my 5th metatarsal. It's called a vesselanium.
It's like a 6th toe. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, pretty much.
So you had 6 toes.
But it was low. It was like
West will love that.
It was halfway up my foot. I've still got a nice scar now. So it's just like kind of spare, and then would rub on my tendon. And then it was
horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was so sore. Like only had the spare bone my whole life, and then kind of got aggravated once I kind of picked up the load. Hurt it in second year of preseason, missed the whole year. Like plain and simple, done. Third year, a couple hammies, then played out the rest of the year. 4th year was the toe.
Yeah.
Maybe 5th. Yeah. And then 5th year, a few hammies again, and then nothing so far. Been smooth sailing.
Yeah. Do you feel like you got some consistency? Put a full preseason in.
Yeah. Well, every year I kind of would get a full preseason, then something would happen. Like obviously the toe, a few hammies, or a foot, and then don't know. I think I just kind of grew into my body a bit more and stopped growing. I reckon I always felt like I was kind of still growing a little bit, but just feel a lot more comfortable in my body now, and got a bit of continuity and loving it.
And what's the group like to be around now? Winning some games of footy, mindful that you're still playing. I don't want to get too much into it and give the West something to write about, but it must be a good group to be part of.
Yeah,
it looks
definitely.
externally like you're a really connected group.
Yeah, everyone's a similar age as I've touched on, and especially down back, we're all real close mates, like really close, where I'd see them as like my top mates, in the world almost, because I've got so many around the world. But But really,
Definitely your best mates in Perth.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they'd be up there. But yeah, could have a few around the joint. But no, really, really tight group, and we haven't really been a part of it myself. And it's 6 years in where I haven't really been in the top half of the ladder at all. So to be top 4 at this stage or wherever we are, but it's great fun, and it's obviously makes it a lot more fun and all worth it when you're winning games, because I hate losing.
What about also?
Do you have a name for the backline?
No.
You had
Just,
one,
I
didn't you?
think
We were the Bulls.
Oh yeah.
We had this. It was one of those, like a trademark day.
Like making your own identity kind
Yeah,
of thing.
so all the lines go away, and got to come up with a symbol for your line.
Yeah.
So the midfield goes away, and they speak about guys that have done it well in the past for them. So Drew Banfield was a midfielder before he was a backman, and his nickname was the Trojan Horse. So they sort of put a big picture up of banners. Played in 2 premierships. He was kind of like the guy, the Trojans, right? The mids of the Trojans. The backs come in, and
Who led the kind of yourself?
No. I was pretty young at that stage. Sort of the Shannon Hearns and your Bo Waters, Sam Butlers, those sort of guys. We come back, we talk about different animals, right? We're like, let's come up with the scariest animals, like the lion. It's like, king of the jungle, right? But it's not really what backmen do. It's like bulls, like just straight ahead,
Straight line.
take everyone on, don't get in our way, like bull in a china shop, like let's go. The bulls, like you're not fucking with a bull, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't.
So bull, and that preceded like a bunch of highlights, and we'd before the highlights had come up from the weekend, it'd be like a Spanish bull arena, and they'd just show the bulls running around, and then it'd mold into the game on the weekend. Anyway,
It's great.
not the story.
Yeah.
The forward line, right? I think the dumbest group at any football club, the forwards. They're very vain. They like the mirrors. They like kicking
they're
goals.
always a weird mix of people.
Weird. I've played a little bit of forward, and I went in forward meetings and stuff. It's just strange. They've come back with the Trojans, the Bulls. They've come back with feared, just like what is that, a verb? No, it's not a thing.
Adverb,
It's like they've come back with feared. Like what do you mean, boys? Like how do we put that in an image? Like we've got an image of a bull. The Trojans have the genuine Trojan horse. Like how do you draw the feared?
A scared little boy or something.
So they just completely cooked. They went away, cooked it, and so we had to
How long
change
they
it.
how long they go away
Had to
for?
change probably days. They came back,
With
had to
feared.
change it the feared, and then they had a Grim Reaper as their just completely butchered it. Does that surprise you? A forward line?
No, it doesn't at all.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. They're all for themselves. Forwards.
Talking about that though, first year, I think as a forward, you had a Mark of the Year contender. Correct or not correct?
I don't think so.
Charlie, correct or not correct?
Mark of the year nom.
Yeah. Was it good? Tell us about it.
It was good. It was a good grab.
Talk us through it.
What game was it?
It was against Sydney, I think. Or
Yeah.
maybe it was Saints.
Oh, you've written this in here, so you tell us about it.
Have I written all the details?
Actually, no, I know the one. It was against the Gold Coast.
Bit of a Nick Riewoldt type
No,
setup.
it was as a backman.
Hang.
I did it as a backman. It was a back of the flight job.
Back of the flight.
Yeah, that was it. It wasn't any contact. I remember getting nominated for it. Went, what, you reckon?
Oh, really?
I think it was just a real slow week that week
Okay.
in the marking.
I think I've got it here. There you go.
Yeah, it is Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. Oh, you've come back from a long way back. That's not Mark of the Year nominated.
Oh, man.
That's what I said.
I mean, that's it. That's the one.
Actually,
That's
head back.
the only reason it looks good is because your hair
Yeah,
is
that's
out, right? It's just you had some length back in the day.
Great length. Just didn't cut it, do anything with it. Washed it every now and then, but don't know if I'll ever get back to that kind of length.
Can you see yourself staying as a backman this year, or are you going to be a bit of an Adam Hunter type setup, forward, back, a bit of both?
I think
You're
it's
happy to play both
I think
ways.
it's a swingman job this year for me.
Okay.
Enjoying it. It's good kind of flexibility, I guess.
Yeah.
Good look for the team enough, but it's fun for me. I love it.
Do you find it difficult mindset wise going into a game as a forward as a back? It's different.
Yeah, I think. Well, the joke, what I always joke about, is literally you sleep better as a forward because you don't have to stress enough about
Yes.
it. But it's true. Like anyone that's been a back or played a fullback, it's pretty stressful. Like when you wake up and knowing you have to play on someone. But
to play well as a forward is, I would say, harder than
100%.
playing well as a backman.
No doubt.
Playing well as a backman, you beat your man,
I
right?
think you
Which
get
is difficult, but it's also it's easy. You just beat your man.
more consistent, I think, and more. I think the forward, a lot of it depends on how our mids are going and how the team's going. Like if you're losing and it's a wet day, you're getting smashed. Full forward. I reckon that's not fun for anyone.
Side to side, empty out.
Just outlets.
Yeah.
No, thank you. But I think, I'm enjoying it, mate, to be honest. And it's it's good fun.
Well, we thank you for taking some time away from your very busy schedule, Griff, but we've come to the part of the show which I know you're here for, social media. Yes, that's right, social media. My last name's Schofield. Blend them together.
Is that what it is?
I get it.
Social media.
Correct. All right.
It is one of the great segments in podcasting land, not only Perth, Australia, the world. Social media.
Did you send the forward line back to come up with that name, or that's terrible?
The feared. So social media is where our audience asks you the questions, and I will say this is the most rapid fire social media we've ever done. Forgot to put a post up that you were coming in. Our fault, not yours. But I will say the response that we've had on socials, tell you what, just like you blew up the draft camp in 2016, you've absolutely blown up social media. Are you surprised at that?
Oh, yeah, I am.
What I was surprised with, before we start, what I was surprised with was the quality of your Wikipedia page. Now, we don't just use Wikipedia to research, but it's a good starting point. Gives us the game played, gives us a few moments in your career. It had sweet fuck all. I actually think you may need to submit a few moments from your career in there. It gave us nothing.
Well, it's good. It means I did the right thing when I uploaded it myself, I guess.
Jared Oporst. I think so.
So the question, why did you steal a can of kidney beans from my mum's shopping trolley 4 months ago? And when she asked what you were doing, you said, I like beans. It was an odd day.
Is that made up?
I wish there was truth to that. But
Jared.
kidney beans, Jared Opal.
Come on now.
That's random.
Classic Jared.
Live_Floro.
What's the most ridiculous thing that's happened on a footy trip?
The footy trip's big at Freo. You guys go to footy trip
not
culture?
not strict ones where we all get together.
Yeah.
I mean, the first couple were disjointed just through waffle and AFL, as you said, not being on the same page. Most ridiculous thing.
What about locations? I know. I'm asking you other questions because it's always a hard question. Tell us the funniest thing that's happened on a footy trip. It's hard to come up with. Where have you been on footy trips?
The only one that we've actually gone away with, and there was 10 of us maybe. We went to Bali, Seminyak, and just lived in La Favela for 3 days, pretty much.
See Jordan De Goey? Don't answer that.
Yeah,
don't answer that.
No comment.
Yeah, thank you. Guy Prentice.
Can you beat Mundy in a 1v1 marking contest?
Yep.
Done.
No brainer.
Tell us about your sparring partner over at whatever it is, young bull, old buck, young buck,
old bull, young buck.
Yeah, sorry. Is that good fun? You enjoy that?
Love it. I thought it was initially. I honestly thought it was going to be a 1 week thing, like one off, because I was on the massage table, like vulnerable on the massage table as well. You kind of half asleep, get a tap on the shoulder from Barra. Hey mate, got a question for you. Would you like to do a podcast with me? Like, yeah, all right. When? It's just this arvo. Just come and have a chat. I'm like, all right. Just woken up, and then it kind of took off, and not took off when I say, but got enough traction where they wanted to keep going, and it's good fun at the moment.
I saw merch floating around at one stage. I mean, it's gone from massage table conversations to merch. Well done.
Isn't that a good lifeline?
Do you want a little sub podcast? We'll call it massage table conversations. Put a little mic underneath in the little.
Imagine the camera angle, like just the face
straight there.
Can he play 400 games? Can he just keep playing? He's played 366.
Mate, he can. He's a nutter. How he can do that? I mean, how you just find the drive after 18 years of pre-seasons? Oh, I don't know how, but we must love it.
We had Dustin Fletcher on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he played 20 seasons, and he probably could have played 21. He said
over 23,
400 exactly.
Games. Yeah, he'd be happy with that. Bang on 400.
Yeah, it was. He told the funny story that he's actually 399.5 because his last game he got subbed out at half time by Hurdy because he hurt his groin.
Count it.
But yeah, correct.
Med sub.
But we asked about Mundy, and he said he thought he could play 400. But you're quite close to him as well.
I think he can.
Unreal.
Looks after himself. Never really runs too fast as well. He couldn't run out of sight in a week, the poor bugger. But he's holding on to it really well and excelling. I mean, last year was leading the Brownlow for the first couple of weeks or something. So he's like 36 years old, just leading the Brownlow.
If he had won that, I would have found where the celebration. I would have got right around that. I mean,
so huge, yeah.
He seems like a good bloke. too.
Great fella, yeah, real wise head. But yeah, forget that he's still, even though he looks so old and is so old, you still forget he's like one of the boys. So it's so it's always good to see.
Short for Decker.
Biggest undercover character in the team. Who are the glue players?
Who brings everyone together?
Oh, it brings everything together. Geez, I have to float myself there, I reckon.
Oh,
A good
Yeah, good.
good joint,
like
good joiner between, like, different demographics, from obviously close to the old Foss, the 37-year-old, to the first years. Get around all the boys. Myself, Blake Akers is pretty good at it. Andy Brayshaw as well would be another one. Alex Pearce, but I'd definitely be the best.
very good. I like that. I
Good,
like
take
to
it.
put himself straight out there. It's leadership material right there.
Mm-hmm.
Who should be the captain? Me. Mossy _P. It's a bit of tongue in cheek, I believe.
Would you like to play forward or back for the West Coast Eagles?
Don't answer it. Caden _Brunkhorst.
Griffey legend. There you go. Good start.
Thanks, Caden.
Who is the biggest bromance at the club? If you weren't a footy player, what career would you be doing? So 2 questions.
2 questions.
Caden.
Biggest bromance, Luke Ryan and Brennan Cox, inseparable.
Yep.
On field, off field, great fellas, funny, hilarious blokes.
They live together, no?
They did for 5 years.
Were they the two that got split up because of COVID? Wasn't there people getting split up at Fremantle, getting moved out of houses?
They did initially, yeah.
There was guys that were in the same lines that were probably like every 22 players that they were moving players around.
Yeah,
So it happened.
yeah. It's a fair bit of.
Taking it quite serious down at Fremantle.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
well-
they haven't taken it serious at West Coast, but Fremantle.
They were right onto it, mate. But
You showering
paid
with
off
masks
now.
on? Not doing that, are you? You're not showering with masks on, are you?
Mate,
Sorry. I heard some rumours.
not
No.
allowed to shower with anything on.
Showering clothes on? Or
No.
no. Wow.
Happy
No
with that,
clothes, no
Dan?
mask.
Happy with that?
Interesting.
Perfect. Jackson Bertoli. Oh, no, what would your career be if you weren't playing footy?
Was that the other question?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Actor.
An actor.
Nah, probably not. I've been told I should get into acting.
Who's
Like,
told you that?
Mate, plenty of people
Mum.
can do impersonations like no other. Oh no!
Sorry. Scotia Media's going to have to look.
What's your go-to?
I can do impersonations
Oh,
like
not
no
like
other.
no. It's
Go.
actually, no. It has to be like on the run,
Yeah.
like
Cam Shepherd.
No, if something's
Ross
happened
Lyon.
like with movies and stuff, but no. Probably I'd love to own a cafe and run one of them, and I've always thought that's a great idea and the idea of it, but I know how much hard work it would be.
And you can do a podcast as well. You can come work under BackChat Studios. You can bring old buck, young bull.
You did it.
Huh?
You can bring old buck, young bull.
Old bull, young buck. You said you did it.
I'm confused.
You boys are used.
Sorry, I'm concentrating on BackChat.
Chat back.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that is disrespectful. I apologise. I do.
It's not that bad. Chat back sounds right.
Yeah, actually quite good. You could run chat back.
Deal.
Yeah. Massage table conversation. Jackson Vitoli _.
How did you deal with being a whipping boy, so to speak, and being in and out of the team through your early years? How does it feel to have locked a spot inside now?
Sort of touched on that a little bit, but that's self-described whipping boy.
Whipping
by
boy, yeah, I didn't say that.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate.
That's from
Jackson.
Jackson.
I just because I said chat back once, but just still dealing with it, to be honest. It wasn't until 4 weeks ago I got dropped, so wouldn't say it's cemented just yet, but thanks for saying it's cemented. I hope everyone else is listening, but it's pretty tough when you're in and out, obviously. It's not kind of the continuity that you want and the confidence that you want, but I just got to keep fronting up.
Corey Law. Oh, look, I don't know what this means.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it as it's written. Why does Brayshaw look like George Shrinks?
George Shrinks.
I don't know. I thought you might know. Charlie? Oh, Charlie knows.
No, I looked this one up because I was confused by it as well. It's some kids show about a kid that's like really small.
Google it, please.
I'm bringing up a photo now.
Okay, good.
Have a
Oh,
look
we
at
can't
that.
say that. Hang on. Dan's got it. Hang on.
Yeah, Dan,
I can just
show
see
them
it.
what he looks like.
George
I don't
Shrinks.
know if the resemblance is there, but
It's actually not bad. It's actually not
So
bad.
George Shrinks has got dots for eyes, and he's got a
jet
little,
black hair,
yeah, he's got a little mouth.
strong hairline.
Yeah, happy with it?
Yeah.
Can you take it back to Andy for us? Just put it to him.
Yeah.
You're the glue guy at the club. Just take it back to him. Just
George
say,
Shrinks.
George, got something for
Yeah,
you.
sure.
Not don't love it. Don't
Missed the
love
mark
it.
there. Who was that?
That was Big Corey. Unfortunately,
Law.
Troy Nababan.
This is Troy. So who has better hair, Alex Pearce or the guitar player on top of Optus Stadium?
Oh,
That is from Troy Nabahan. I'm just saying his name.
Probably the bloke on top playing the guitar. I'm just really getting sick of Alex's hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just
You've had long hair.
I've been there before and he's held on to it for too long. Just get rid of it, mate.
This is a discussion point in the locker room? In
Yeah.
the backs meetings?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Backs.
What would he do with? I haven't seen him with short hair ever.
It used to have like the salad job where it was kind of,
Right.
short back and sides and bit of gel, whatnot. But
So you've given it to Troy, who's on top of the. You seen him on top of the stadium? Playing the guitar up there.
Playing what song is it? Chili Peppers, I reckon it's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, while he's playing that, you got. Have you got a little bite over there of Troy's that you can play us off the decks there, Charlie?
Nothing cuter. Oh, I do actually.
Yeah, yes you do.
He won't be able to hear this.
Oh, okay. Give him a headphone. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just listen to this.
Give me a listen.
All right, this is Troy's Better Work.
You said it, we read it.
So Troy,
That's it.
so Troy does
Troy
stings.
runs-
Troy does stings for BackChat. So our segments, Troy not only plays guitar on top of the stadium, but he does
Is
BackChats.
Troy Nabahan the actual man that plays it?
It is
Oh.
correct. So Troy's
I'll give it to
question-
you, Troy. Well done.
Absolutely.
Best hair in the biz.
Correct. Now, on the hair topic, live_Floro has something to
Is
say.
Dave Mundy desperately clinging on to what's left of his hairline?
Yes. He's 37. I mean,
Yeah, that's fair.
it's not the,
But
not
he's
the worst
rocking
thing.
long hair. It's some long hair.
Loves it. Yeah, loves it long. I think he's had it long for a while. Still, I guess it looks strong enough, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it looks
not bad.
Yeah, correct. Now, last one. This is to do with footy trips. Kyle Sinclair _
4 current or ex teammates you'd take on a footy trip?
Leave the current out of it. I think ex teammates only.
4 ex-teammates.
Yep, footy trip.
Tom Sheridan,
Yep.
no-brainer.
Yep.
Ex-teammates. Joshy DeLuca,
Great.
weapon.
Great.
Great fella as well.
Does Zach Dawson get a look in? No.
Zach Dawson, actually, yeah, he should be top of the list. Well, I really love Dawson. Like, actually, I always had a lot of time for him. He had a lot of time for me growing up. So, Dawson. And finally,
Do you take Pav? Pav doesn't get it.
never played with him.
Ah.
Not next teammate.
Really?
No mention.
Pav
2017.
retired in 2017.
No, 20. When did
I was
Pav
gonna say-
retire?
Well, I can't have been 2017.
2016, yeah.
Oh, so you took Pav's spot on the list. You retired Pav. you took down Subiaco Oval. You retired Pav.
I did take down Subiaco. Last person, Stephen Hill, put him on.
Good.
Swampy.
You've played with some good players along the way.
Absolute guns.
Yeah.
Still, yeah. Looking back, there's plenty.
Mate, that's it. That's done and dusted. BackChat, done and dusted.
How good.
Has it been fun?
It's been great.
We've got some merch for you. It's coming up. Look, Griffin Logue's not promoting this, but we've got some Flagmantle gear that's on the way. Jumpers, crews, T-shirts. Is that something Fremantle currently listed players are allowed to speak of or
No
entertain?
No comment. No
Well,
comment.
you've heard it here first. Griffin Logue supports and promotes Flagmantle here on BackChat. Thank you very much to our supporters in Whippersnapper, Blue Bet, Shelter Brewing Co., Margaret River Roasting Company, and Leaderville Cameras. They bring you BackChat. You say that Margaret River Roasting, they bring you your coffee beans, and they're
They
very
do.
good.
Tish, great man. Shout out Margaret River Roasting. Always getting me G'd up every morning.
My man, have a listen to You with David Mundy
Podcast
on
name.
the show.
Old Bull, Young Buck.
There you go.
Get around it.
Once you're done listening to BackChat, here we go. Griffin Logue, Will Schofield, Dan Const. Bye-bye.
Cheers.